Hello tarot readers, today I'm going to do a video on a pick a card and it's with the vice versa tarot. I've been using this deck a little bit lately to get more used to it. I did have it for a while, but I didn't really use it that much until recently. Now the unusual thing about this deck of card is that if you don't know about them, they've got two sides. So every card has got, according to the book, it's like a door, a way in and a way out, an entrance and an exit. So every card has got two sides. Now, people ask me, how do I read these cards? And to be honest, I don't read them with the two sides. It makes no difference to me. This is the Hangman. And I don't do what you're supposed to do with this deck, which is read it differently depending if the Hangman comes out this way or this way. I just use it as the Hangman. I really don't feel like learning an entire new system. I don't feel like learning a different way of reading the cards just for one deck. And also, I just haven't got the time to do that. So that's the way I read the cards. So say, for example, this is a Two of Swords. Whether it comes out like that or it comes out that way, to me it would be the Two of Swords. And for those people who read decks reversed, what I do with this deck is I just cut the cards in half, turn one of the piles around so that some are facing me and some are facing that way, and then put them together again and shuffle. And then this way you'll have some cards that are one way and some cards that are the opposite way. So if they're that way and you've got the number at the top or the wording at the top, then they're upside down, they're reversed. And if they're that way, then obviously they're the right way round. But I don't take any notice of them being that way or that way, because what I do is I just read the card as I know. Like, this is the Emperor card. I would read the Emperor card the way I would always read the Emperor card, but depending on which way it came out, I would just let the artist inspiration guide me and let my intuition open up a bit more. So I would say the basic meaning of the Emperor card and my meaning of the Emperor card, and also just a little bit of the artist intuition to help inspire me. So that's the way I read this deck of cards. So I'm going to do a pull a card, so that way you get a nice message, and at the same time you get to see the cards a little bit more and understand how I work with them. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards. Right, so I've covered the cards up, because if not, you'll be able to see which card they are, because there's no backs. So I've just used the two extra cards that come with the deck and the book just to cover the actual piles up. So I've shuffled the cards and put them into 3 piles. And we have a green Buddha, a pink Buddha and a white Buddha. So just take a moment to concentrate on the cards and which Buddha draws your attention, which colour is bringing your attention, and choose the one that draws your attention. Okay, so if you chose the green Buddha, I bought these Buddhas yesterday just for the sole purpose of doing this tarot pick a card. So if you chose the green Buddha, oh, we have the Empress card. Okay, let me cover that up. And that's the one thing about this deck. If you use this deck, it can be very, very busy because there's no backs of the cards, especially when you're doing a big spread. It just feels like there's cards everywhere. But let's see. If you've got the green Buddha, I've covered the rest up, and you have the Empress card. What a beautiful card. So your message today was to find the motherly instinct in you. Maybe if you have children, connect to them a bit more, connect to your own mother or grandmother, or those who you see as motherly figures in your life, just connect to them a little bit more. If you chose this card today, it's a great day to have a female power, to do something, you know, like women do. And it's also a great day for patience. So if you're a man, not only is this applicable to you, also to contact that female figure in your life, but also the patience. You know, the Empress card can't push anything. You can't push nature. Things have to happen in its due course. You know, a pregnancy has to take the months that it takes for the baby to form. We can't just, you know, get pregnant and have the baby the next day. We can't plant a seed and expect the seed to grow the next day. So this card is all about growth. It's all about patience. It's all about natural cycles. and allowing things to come to the surface in the time that they're supposed to. And it's so filled with female energy that this is a great day to have them connections with those female motherly figures, and you know, be the motherly figure to others also. It's a great day for them kind of connections. I love this card. We've got the star above, shining star that's always guiding us, always bright. Stars always give us that hope and that feeling of joy. And we have poppies here with her. She looks so comfortable sat in a natural habitat. And if you can go out, a lot of people are not allowed out still. But for those who you can go out, for those who are allowed to, maybe it's a really good day for a little walk, and you can go for a walk somewhere, get some exercise, maybe have a little wander in nature, obviously as safety as possible, but have a little walk in nature. So this is a positive, beautiful card to be picked for the day. If it would have come out the other way round, which it didn't, but if it would have done, just so I can show you the cards a little bit, we have the back look to the Empress card. So what we're seeing there is a big tree that's growing. We've got the back of her throne going on there. We've got different times, so this is more nighttime, this is daytime going on, and there's a pond behind her. It tells me nothing different than what the Empress cards tells me anyway. Absolutely nothing different. So that would be my message to you today, would be to be the Empress. Connect with them women in your life, and connect with nature, and connect with, you know, and be the mother to others. If you chose the pink Buddha, your card is the 10 of coins. Okay, 10 of coins. And the 10 of coins is all about family stability. So this is a really great time to maybe look at your family finances, maybe to go through your bills. It's also a really good time if you want to put stuff away for your children or your grandchildren, inheritances. It's a good time to look at whereabouts, depending on the age you are, whereabouts you are as a family. Do you want to buy a house in the future, or are you coming to the end of your mortgage? It's all about discussing what the next step is as a family with your finances. There's a lot of stability in this card, and it's a positive card to be able to move forward as a family, as a couple, or with your family if you haven't got a partner, with your family. Move forward and look to the future of where you want to live, what you want to do with your finances, what kind of things you want to do, and what kind of legacy you want to leave behind. So for example, this card may come up and you may decide, look, how about we buy an house next year? To buy an house next year, we may have to start putting some money away now, and maybe think of a plan of how much money you need to put away every month to be able to get a mortgage for next year. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe you already have a house and you want to now decide to reform it, put an extension on there, and think about how much this would cost you and how you could do it, and have a talk with the family about how about if we have an extension put on. So it's all about building better future for you and your family. It's a great card. You see all these coins, all these money coming in, money, money, money. We all love money. But it's not just about money. It's about financial stability. And I think it doesn't matter if we have a lot of money or we have a little bit of money. If we've got our things covered, if we've got that stability where we're not on edge and we're not sinking, that makes a huge difference in life. And we can see he's got this beautiful dog. It looks like is it a Labrador? It looks like a Labrador maybe. Got a beautiful white dog, and that just reminds us that our family isn't about, you know, the television that we've got and the nice house we've got. The family is about what we do inside the home. The card is about what we do inside that home. It doesn't matter if it's a luxury home or just a one-bedroom flat. If we make them happy memories in there, if we've got people and animals and whatever it is that we love, and we've got our art on the wall and we've got our music playing and we've made it at home, that is stability, that's family happiness. So this is a really, really beautiful card for the day. Just take a look at your home, take a look at your finances, take a look where you can go in the future. Get a bit of a plan going on and make your home the happy place that it was created for. Really lovely card. If we would have turned it over and it would have come out this way, which it didn't, but if it would have come out this way, then we have a man and a woman who are looking very, very happy, very much in love, and they're talking to the man on the throne. So they're talking to dad, saying, Dad, we're going to buy a new house, or Dad, we're going to get married, or we're going to put some money away for a baby or for a marriage. So they're having a good conversation there, and he can give them his legacy. He can give him, you know, he can say, well, I can help you out financially, or he's giving them good advice, or he'll say, well, live in the family home for now, whatever. So it's all about the family inheritance and the connections going on there. Would have told me nothing different, because the 10 of coins is the 10 of coins, but it's just a different aspect and a little bit more to add to the intuition. And if you would have chosen the white Buddha, your card would have been the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords. So this is a conflict card. We've got swords, we've got the 5 of them, and in this image we've got a man who's kind of on his knees on the floor, is lost, and the other guy is above him. So this card is about conflict, and of course it's swords, so it's about words, it's about things that we say that hurt each other. What I would say with this card as a message for you is to be really careful today about the things that you say. Be extra careful when you post something on Facebook, or when you reply on somebody else's Facebook. Be extra careful if you have to write an email, or if you wanted to tell somebody something, just be a little bit careful in the way that you're going to say it, because you're not going to benefit by saying things in a way that can hurt another person, but you can really bring them to their knees today. So be just very, very cautious of your communication skills today. Basically, don't speak to no one the whole day. No, I wouldn't go that far, but just be a bit cautious of the words you're going to say and the communication you're going to give today in any aspect whatsoever. Even if it's just answering a WhatsApp message, you know, just be a little bit more careful of your tone and your wording, because this card always means that there's no victory. So even if we get into a verbal argument, or I say something horrible to you and you say it back to me, or if I hurt you and bring you to your knees, and I'm aware of that, I've not won. I've not won anything. I've not gained anything. I've just hurt you, and maybe you've just hurt me back, and you've not won neither. So there's no actual winner in this card, because even though he looks like he's the winner, he isn't really. He's left 2 of the swords right on by his feet. You know, so what was the point of it? And this is pointless conflict. And this card comes up when, you know, people are saying things for no reason, completely unnecessary, and could have been avoided. So if you chose this card today, take it as a really positive message, just to warn you that today you can be hurt, or you may hurt other people unnecessary. So it's a really good card just to be on your guard and to prevent that from happening. If it would have come out the other way around, it tells me absolutely nothing different. It just makes the card a little bit darker. The other guy's kind of walking away saying, do you know what, I've had enough of you, I don't want to hear anymore. You're just hurting me for no reason. So instead of being on his knees crying, he's kind of just abandoning him and saying, leave me alone. And he's still got 2 swords by his feet, and he's still standing there in a pointless victory where he's not actually gained anything. And it just makes the card a little bit more darker. But can it get any darker? By hurting somebody verbally, can you hurt them, you know, any worse? So that having the 2 sides to these cards is just a little bit pointless, but it's a fun deck to have. It just brings a different aspect to the cards, and you can squeeze a little bit more out of the meaning of every card. So it's not a life-changing deck, but it's a great deck to have in a collection. Now, this deck does come with this little white book, and apparently there's another book that you can get with this deck as well, and quite a few people in my Spanish Facebook group have got that book, and they said it's a really good book. This little white book is absolutely useless. I mean, useless. You may as well they're just random words. They mean absolutely nothing. Let me give you an example. For example, the Fool card. The meaning of the Fool card is, if it's in front, profound, irrational connection, close your eyes to see beyond the appearances, painful but necessary losses. That means nothing, absolutely nothing. Or if it comes up the other way, with the back showing, instinctive and pure forces that push for change, announcement of small and large revelations. So an announcement of any revelation. Just an announcement of revelations. And what is an announcement of revelations? So, and everything in this book is written in that way. It's like, you know, they just did a mishmash of words and put them together. And that's all they've done. So the book is, this book is totally useless. But like I said, I have been told that there's a big book out there on the market that I haven't read, and I'm not going to read it because of lack of time. And it's supposed to be quite good. So you read the cards in whichever way you want. If you want to read them front ways and backwards, or you want to read them just front and up and down, or you want to read them that way and that way, any way you want. Every tarot reader has to work and do what's right for them and what feels good to you and what you connect with, really. And that's what it's all about. It's about connecting with the cards. I find having the two sides to these cards, well, to me it means nothing, but at the same time it's the only deck I've got where they're double-sided, the cards, and I think that's exciting in itself and great to have in a collection. The actual cards themselves, the actual images on the cards themselves, are really beautiful, and there's a few of them that are breathtaking, you know, and you've got these stars, these so many cosmic signs and constellations and stars, and all these images are just phenomenal, absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the moon card. That is gorgeous, and you have the moon between two towers, like we normally see, but these towers feel alive, you know. They're quite breathtaking. Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck of cards. That's why I'm not bothered that they've got two sides. I'll use any side because the images themselves are so good. And the artist has done an absolutely amazing job with this deck. And I have used this deck quite a bit the last few days, especially the last couple of days. And I have to say, every time I use it, I'm falling more in love with it, and they're speaking to me a lot more, and I'm just seeing a constant flow of images that are connecting to my intuition. I'm feeling these cards so much now. So even though, you know, it makes no difference to me, I'm not going to see it as coming and going, or the negative aspect, the positive aspect. I'm not going to see it like that. I'm just going to see it as the card it is. But it's definitely worth it for the images, because, and also for the novelty of having a double-sided deck, but for the images themselves, definitely worth a deck to get. I would not miss up on getting this deck at all. I hope you enjoyed my messages. If you did enjoy them, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's a new channel and subscriptions are really important to me. And if you could like as well, that'd be fantastic. And if you want to share me around on your social media, just click the share on YouTube, and you can share it to Facebook or wherever it is you're most at home on your social media. And I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.